Hi, so I'm going to tell you about an experience that I had when I first moved to San Diego, California. I was living in a house with a few of my friends. At the house, they had a garden. It was full of different types of hot peppers. At this time, it was getting into November of '93, and all the different types of peppers that were in the garden, mostly jalapeno, but we had many different types and color peppers. They were all going to spoil soon. So I decided to collect all the peppers and put them, and to take them, put them in bags and store them in the freezer so that we could use during the winter. So I started that process, collected them, brought them inside, washed and dried them. I decided that before I put them in the bag, I would slice them open, remove the stems, and then I decided to cut it vertically and go inside and remove all the seeds. So while I was doing this, I would use a knife to cut my insert and then use my hands to remove the seeds. I'd removed a lot of seeds at this point, but something was happening with my hands. It started to almost have like a burning sensation. So I decided to go into the bathroom. I washed my hands, dried them, and came back to and went back to what I was doing. But when I went back, I found that the pain was even more intense. There was even more of a burning sensation. So I went back into the bathroom. I scrubbed with different types of soaps. I used brushes, all in an attempt to soothe this burning pain. But nothing I did worked. The pain only increased and increased. So finally, I decided that I was just going to get a bucket and fill it with ice water and stick my hands inside of the ice water to relieve some of this pain. So finally, I started to feel some relief, and after about an hour of having my hands in the ice bucket, I decided that no, I've had enough. I've been here for a while, so I removed my hands from the ice bucket and put some lotion on, and boy, is that a mistake. So it was the back to the ice bucket I went, stuck my hands in there for a couple more hours until until one of my friends came home, and we went back and forth trying to find a solution that would help relieve this burning sensation in my hands. So finally, we decided to call urgent care to see if they would have any advice on how to soothe this burning feeling. And at this point, I had had my fingers in that ice water for 5 or 6 hours. My fingers are wrinkled. It looks like I have little raisins on the end of my fingers. So we had this one suggestion that was brought to us was to take this spice for using on meat and try to put it on my hands to soothe it, but that did not work at all. It, it really burned after that. At this point, I was just so exhausted. I just wanted to go to bed. So I did, and the way that I was set up, I switched it around from where I usually was. So I had my head near the footboard of my bed, and I had set up a little stand with my bucket of ice water and put my hands over my head into the ice water so that I could sleep. And I did not have a problem sleeping after that. I really just passed out as soon as I hit the pillow. At around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, my hands had slipped out of the ice bucket and they were again burning. So I put them back in and fell back to sleep. Never again will I clean out the seeds from hot peppers without wearing gloves.